On the walls of this house are 12 carved circular memorial wreaths around the balcony. Each bears a ribbon with the name of a significant engagement involving New Zealand troops in World War I. There above your seat, Mr. Speaker, is the memorial wreath and ribbon for Samoa. It marks New Zealand's first World War I engagement, when they sent 1,400 New Zealand soldiers to capture German Samoa at the request of Great Britain. The New Zealand Expeditionary Force Advance Party sailed from Wellington on the 15th of August and landed up here on the 29th of August 1914. From that year onwards, New Zealand occupied Samoa and continued to administer it until Samoa won its independence in 1962. The New Zealand colonial administrators did more harm during their colonial rule from 1914 to 1962. They forced my ancestors off their lands in Satapoala village to build an airport for the war. There are horrible stories of rape and pillage and killings. They forced my ancestors off their lands in Satapoala village to build an airport for the war. There are horrible stories of rape and pillage and killings that the late Chief Tolepaiali'i Tosusulusi Eva III shared with me. There was the deliberate infection of the local population when on 7 November 1918, the New Zealand military administration controlling Samoa, led by Colonel Robert Logan, made the deadly decision to knowingly allow the ship the Lune, which was carrying Spanish influenza, to dock at Apia. The results were catastrophic, wiping out over a quarter of Samoa's population and decimating entire families and villages. Colonel Logan refused the offer of medical help from Tutuila, American Samoa. When the local Samoan leaders protested and revived the Mau movement, they were banished from Samoa. They were taken and imprisoned, some in Mount Eden. Many were stripped of their Samoan Matai titles and moved off their land. When they were in Mount Eden, Māori visited them and gave aid. Then there was the horrific shooting by New Zealand military police on the Mau independence demonstrators in Apia, where 11 Samoans were shot to death, including the independence leader of High Chief Tupua Tamasese Lealofi III. Saturday, 28 December 1929 became known as Black Saturday. And I have been singing wherever I have gone as a minister the song O le whanata vili wa ote te mai. Because that song tells of that story, so that I don't forget this history. Prime Minister Helen Clark apologised in 2002 for the wrongs and harms caused during New Zealand's colonial rule. More must be done. The Treaty of Friendship that New Zealand holds with Samoa is the only one it has, is the document that has to be enhanced to achieve restitution for the harms caused and wrongs committed. It is not for Samoa to ask for it. It is for New Zealand to right those wrongs tangibly. This is the history that I hope will now be taught in our schools. This is the history that I hope will now be taught in our schools. This is the history that I hope will now be taught in our schools as part of New Zealand's history curriculum. By teaching this history, New Zealand can become a better country by understanding the mistakes they've made in the past, and future generations can learn not to keep repeating the folly of past governments. And future generations can learn not to keep repeating the folly of past governments. Climate change still remains the single biggest security threat in the Pacific and will remain so. More must be done. We save ourselves when we save the Pacific. Whaafutai, to all of you I say, me taki atupaka, me taki maata, me taki rānunui, me taki korereka, whaafutai te lava, whakawhitai lasi, whikau e lahi, Samoa Aupito Williams Sio. Thank you very, very much.